ユージ、お前は強い。から人を助けろ。
What's up, y'all? Today, it's Halloween. Yes, I know it's not Halloween anymore, but this video took longer than I thought it would, so you guys can call me a fraud and a liar in the comments. To celebrate the greatest day of the year, I decided to talk about the most tragic event in recent years, the Shibuya incident. For those that haven't watched JJK, well, first of all, go watch it. It's fucking fire. Bro, when I tell you, this show is straight fucking hands. You will not understand the thing that's happening, but you'll know that somebody is definitely getting their shit rocked. And there's only 2 seasons, so yeah, very easy to get into. I'm saying this beforehand because there is a lot of things going on this season, so unless you don't care about getting spoiled, I recommend watching the show first. But yeah, now that the yap session is out of the way, we can finally start. Get ready, because we're going to cover the most tragic event in anime history. Welcome to the Shibuya incident. Here we are in Shibuya during Halloween, where everybody is outside having fun and enjoying the party, until this couple notices something weird in the sky. This is a veil, a curse technique meant to trap people inside of it, which makes it so that now tens of thousands of people are now trapped inside the Shibuya district. But why? First of all, because of that. Second of all, because let's just say that we'll see that later. And this is definitely an uncommon situation. So now the Jujutsu headquarters do the #1 thing you should always do in the case of crisis: sending Satoru Gojo. Oh yeah, and a couple of other sorcerers if he ever needs help. To put it simply, he can basically do everything. He can fly, he can send you flying with one punch, he can teleport, he gets hosed in the show and in real life. He can erase you from existence. If you have him on your team, you are guaranteed to win. I mean, you would think he's the goddamn protagonist with the way everybody in this show glazes him. Like, there, look at it. You have his whole class calling him the strongest. Psycho! But yeah, all that to say that this shit is basically gonna be wrapped up in a matter of seconds, maybe minutes. Gojo starts looking around for the culprits. He then finds these 3 disaster curses. They're part of a group that has the very awesome goal that is killing all humans and taking their place in society. Goal that can obviously not come to fruition because of this literal demigod right there. And since they can't beat him, the other solution is to seal him. For that, they need to hold him off for 20 minutes. Will they succeed? We'll see. Well, that pretty much went as I expected. Meet Mahito. Fuck Mahito. Man, I know that hate is a strong word, but hate doesn't even begin to express how much I want this character to die. As of now, he's just here as backup to prevent his entire team to get obliterated, while also bringing a bunch of civilians in the fight to keep Gojo in check. Because yes, during this whole fight, if you could call it that, Gojo wasn't going all out, because if he did, the entire vicinity along with everyone in it would be reduced to dust. But the fight goes on, and dude, there are killing civilians left and right. They are attacking him from every angle. And if this keeps up, everybody here will die. And Gojo is like, you know what? Fuck this shit. Don't make... Now, thank God he didn't just want to start nuking the place. He then starts to take out the rest of the tweakers before the 3 other dumbasses wake up from their coma. And done. Okay, now we just need to do the same exact thing to those 3 other dumbasses before they wake up, and then we can call it a day.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is this?
Satoru.
Meet Suguru Geto, Gojo's former teammate, but was in fact actually Kenjaku, a curse possessing the body of Gojo's former teammate. Yeah man, I know it's really complicated, but I don't know what you want me to say. Just watch the goddamn show. As Gojo is trying to process what the fuck is happening, because the last time he saw him, well, he killed him, but the trap that was meant to seal him activates and well, he's cooked. Gojo gets sealed. He is alive and well, but well, still trapped. So now the most goated person in the world is out of commission. The situation is critical. I'm talking code red. Yuji, the actual main character of the show, wastes no time and relays the information by yelling on top of a building. He's then joined by Megumi, Ino, and Nanami, who is also my favorite character. Bro, you cannot tell me he doesn't have that shit on. As previously established, if Gojo is indeed sealed, the world is doomed. Nanami will focus on going to his location, and the rest of the group will be in charge of lifting the veil, so that the reinforcements can arrive and that civilians can escape. In their attempt to lift the veil, Yuji's group finds a group of randoms waiting for them. Yuji and Megumi are making quick work of random number 1, and so does Ino, till that grandma starts mumbling something. Then her grandson starts passing out of nowhere. And oh shit. Meet Toji Zeden, Megumi's actual father and also an actual demon. He's the only person that ever came close to kill Gojo. Yeah, and I'm also sure is like responsible for like 40% of the bullshit that's happening right now, and this old lady just brought him back from hell. Ino doesn't even have time to understand what the fuck is happening, that he gets premium hands put on him. Thankfully he's alive, not good, but alive. And after sending that old lady to a long overdue trip to the maker, Toji goes on doing who knows what. With Ino out of commission, Megumi decides to split and get him to safety while Yuji goes on ahead. This ended up being the absolute worst decision of the entire season. And trust me, you'll see why later. Right now, a bunch of assistant supervisors, basically just regular people in suits charged with relaying information, are now being taken out one by one. Nobara and Nita are charged to investigate this matter, and they find the tweaker who's behind all this, and they need to stop him before it gets worse. Now, unfortunately, Nobara is fucking useless, so that won't happen, and she gets knocked the fuck out. By a fucking random, bro. Gojo had way too much faith in his students. As he was about to experience the saddest way to go out, Nanami makes his entrance. And he's seen the bodies of the other supervisors on the way here, so he's understandably pissed. He tries to stab him but does absolutely zero damage. Then Nanami starts asking him for Zalai's location. He says he doesn't know. Wrong answer. Try again. Names, locations, now. He still says that he doesn't know. Wrong answer.
ここに来るまで何人もの補助監督が殺されていました。あなたですね。Falcon Punch!
And this is how you get shit done. After sending that other dude to the Shadow Realm, Nanami decides to join the others farther down the station. Let's get back to Yuji, who is also trying to join the others, but then ends up being face to face with one of the tweakers from earlier, and this guy wants him dead, because both him and Nobara killed his brothers last season, and he wants his get back. He didn't even let him touch the ground, he immediately started blasting. Now Yuji, understandably, doesn't want to deal with that because that's just unfair. So he hides in the bathroom and then turns all these flickers on, which then renders Chozo's powers useless. Then has no choice but to take him head on. They are straight boxing. Look at this. Look at the choreography. Yuji bites the fuck out of him, then headbutts his ass, hit him with a 720 roundhouse kick, but Chozo catches him off guard and shoots a hole in his stomach. As Yuji feels himself getting weaker, he realizes something, that he doesn't have to be the one to save Gojo. That's why he decides that even if he dies, that he'll do anything in his power to take this guy out. Yuji tries to evade his attacks as much as he can, then Chozo hits him with a mean-ass feint. Yuji counters with a dropkick, but Chozo grabs him. Then he tries to stab him. Yuji blocks it, then dropkicks him again. Yuji has the upper hand right now. He then goes for a bait. Chozo bites. He has an opening to end it all. He goes for it.
なんだ今の手応えは
But Chozo was prepared, armored himself to take the hits, and then takes Yuji out. As he's about to deal the final blow, something strange happens. Chozo then starts remembering things that never happened. And this makes him tweak out, like he genuinely starts losing it, leaving Yuji behind. After that happened, we find Nanami again with Maki and another sorcerer, and they find Dagon, another cursed spirit, who seems pretty harmless, but he's actually strong as hell. And they already have a hard time dealing with him, but it gets worse as he activates his domain. Now he's throwing literal sharks at them. Now Nanami's fucked up. Old dude lost an arm, and Maki, well, Maki is fine, but she's actually useless in that fight, so she's basically dead weight. Megumi infiltrates the domain, comes to help by creating a portal for everybody to escape. As the portal opens up, something else is coming through it.
全てを捨て去ったもののむき出しの肉体その躍動を
Fuji appears out of literally nowhere and then takes Maki's weapon in the most casual way possible and just starts wailing on that cursed spirit. With the grandma from earlier gone, the spell cast to bring Toji back to life is now broken. What I mean by that is that now Toji is basically a ghost with no soul. His body is now drawn to fight the strongest person in the room. That being Dagon. For now, you could say that he's technically on their side, but he can absolutely not do a damn thing. Dude, I know they're fucking pissed off seeing that guy literally shitting on that cursed spirit when he couldn't do a thing to him together. But yeah, that was surprisingly smoothly taken care of. But remember, he's not an ally, he's just simply drawn to the strongest fighter in the room, which is apparently Megumi, because not even 2 seconds after sliming out that octopus, he takes Megumi outside to run the ones. Now, how is Megumi supposed to beat a guy that just no-diffed a cursed spirit that he couldn't beat with a group of 4? Now that is a very great question. An excellent question. And as Megumi is having some long overdue father-son bonding time, Jogo comes out of hiding to pay his respects to his fallen comrade, before soloing everybody else. As he's about to reduce old dude to ashes, something terrible is happening. Those girls that are trying to take revenge on that spirit possessing their leader think it's a good idea to reawaken the literal devil himself, Ryomen Sukuna. Volcano Head feels what's happening and immediately goes there. He then feeds the rest of Sukuna's fingers to Yuji. I know the people that have never watched this show must be very confused right now, but congratulations! You have now awakened the literal Antichrist. They are shitting themselves. They can't even breathe. As thanks for waking him, he's allowing them to speak and asks them what do they want. And it pretty much goes like this. There's that guy that we want gone. And we know the location of 2 other fingers that can help you get even stronger. If you help us, we can tell you where they are. Sukuna's answer. Bro, that was just a simple question. A simple no would have sufficed. He reduced that girl to mincemeat. There's nothing left. After murdering 2 teenage girls for no reason at all whatsoever, it is now time for Gojo to speak. He can tell he's desperate. Sukuna then proposes a deal. If Jogo manages to land a single blow on him, he'll work under him and his group. Dude, this is even more one-sided than the fight between Toji and Dagon. And did it just take a stroll mid-fight? And I mean, it's not like Jogo isn't trying either. I mean, just look at the whole city going up in flames. Okay, let's pause on that for a minute and just look at how Megumi is doing. And yep, he's getting his ass beat. And to avoid getting his face caved in by his own father, he waits for him to close in to deal a vital blow. But Toji evades it no problem. Toji comes to his senses and then finally realizes that he's fighting his son. He also remembers that he tries to sell him off to the Zain clan because he couldn't take care of him. His broke ass kept on losing parlays. So he tried to sell him off, which he ended up regretting later on. Because this clan is full of douchebags. And 12 years earlier, after losing to Gojo, as a final request to his opponent, he asked him if he could take him in. He died shortly after asking this request, not ever truly knowing if his son was safe or not. Which is why when he sees his son for the first time in 16 years, he asks,
名前は伏黒全員じゃねえのかよか
then
ったな
takes his own life, smiling, knowing his dying wish had been fulfilled. Okay, now let's get back to Jogo versus Sukuna. And is that a fucking meteor? Okay, so Jogo just nuked the whole entire city. Surely this must have done some damage, right? Nope. Bro is unscathed. Sukuna then tells him it's about time to wrap this shit up. So he proposes a firepower contest that Jogo loses despite being the literal spirit of fire. After miraculously surviving his fight against Toji, Megumi is trying to join the others before getting stabbed by the weirdo that got his shit rocked by my goat Nanami. Listen man, I just watched him getting cooked 2 episodes ago. Just let me be happy for a second, okay? Just let me have that. Anyway, knowing his chances of survival are extremely low, and to at least take his enemy in the grave with him, he decides to go out with a bang. Start the ritual. Throughout all of the history of sorcery, nobody has been able to subjugate this creature. The most powerful Shikigami of the Ten Shadow technique, Divine General Mahoraga. This eldritch horror you're seeing right now is called Mahoraga, a being so powerful that no one has ever been able to control it. The very rare times it is used, it is only as a very last resort. You see, if the user makes a ritual to summon him, including 2 people, there's only 2 ways to end it. One, either you subjugate it by force, or you die trying. So yeah man, good luck. Sukuna arrives on the scene fully aware of what's going on, saving Megumi and that random in the process. With both members of the ritual alive, Mahoraga is also still with us, until someone defeats him. And Sukuna over here is still in the mood for a fight. So it'll be the King of Curses against the Divine General. And ladies and gentlemen, until this point, we have seen so many people dying and collateral damage, and people dying as collateral damage. I'm here to tell you right now that all of this was nothing compared to the real tragedy that's gonna happen in a few seconds. So get ready, because this is the real Shibuya scenes. The final battle has finally begun. This looks like an even match. Kind of. Sukuna doesn't look worried at all. Then just attach him to a truck and then throws him into a building, and this is where it starts to go to absolute shit. They're splitting buildings in half, then start fighting on the crane, killing so many people in the process. Like, see that train you just threw at him right now? How many people do you think was inside of it? And then it gets even crazier. Like Maoraga throws a whole building at him, and then Sukuna cuts it into pieces on some nonchalant shit. Although I must admit, that is a really cool shot right there. All the debris end up hitting a damn plane. Sukuna is using the same plane's wings as a baseball bat, with absolutely no care in the world about all of that pain and destruction that they're causing at the moment. He figures out how his curse technique works. Simply put, he can adapt to whatever attack is thrown at him after a certain amount of time. And the key to defeat him is to finish him off with an attack that he hasn't adapted to yet.
領域展開福間水し
Sukuna gives Yuji his body back. Yuji gets overflowed with the memories of those Sukuna killed using his body, which makes him absolutely losing it, literally wishing for death. After calming down for a bit, he decides to keep on marching, or else, in his words, he'll just be another murderer. This was the Shibuya incident. And dude, so many people died. Everything that could have gone wrong during this mission has gone wrong in the worst way possible. Any attempt at retrieving Gojo went horribly wrong and made the situation even worse. Somehow, so many people died. The very few good guys that survived throughout this season only did it so out of sheer luck, to not say plot armor. If it wasn't for Yuji and Megumi literally fighting their relatives, they would be dead. Like, I really don't think I've ever seen a cast getting so unequivocally cooked before. But yeah, that was Jujutsukaisen Season 2. And yes, I know I haven't talked about the final fight of Season 2, because I feel like this one deserves its own video. So if you want to see it, you know what to do. But as for me, I'll be signing off for now. So I'll see y'all in the next one.